exactly what the new legislation actually does, how much money you'll really save each month, and why the reality is both better and worse than what you've been told. We'll cut through the political spin and get to the facts that actually matter to your wallet. Welcome to Financial Area, where we cut through the noise to bring you the financial facts that matter. If you want to stay informed about changes that affect your money, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this one. Let's start with what caused all this confusion in the first place. A mass email was sent to over 70 million Social Security recipients with a bold claim that 9 out of 10 recipients would no longer pay any Social Security taxes. The message was clear, direct, and as it turns out, somewhat misleading. This email triggered a wave of excitement and confusion that swept through the entire community of Social Security recipients. People started asking questions like, is this really true? And what does this mean for my monthly income? The problem is, the email made it sound like there was a complete elimination of Social Security taxes, which simply isn't what happened. The confusion stems from the gap between political promises and legislative reality. During his administration, President Trump made several ambitious promises regarding tax relief. He talked about eliminating taxes on tips, eliminating taxes on overtime income, and yes, eliminating taxes on Social Security benefits entire. These promises generated hope among millions of Americans, and understandably so. The idea of keeping more of your Social Security money sounds incredible, but here's where politics meets reality. The actual legislative outcome fell short of fully realizing these ambitions. What we got instead was something more modest, but still meaningful. So what does the new legislation, often called the One Big Beautiful Bill, actually do? Instead of eliminating Social Security taxes entirely, the bill introduces an enhanced deduction. This is a crucial distinction that many people are missing. The enhanced deduction provides an additional $6,000 for individuals and $12,000 for couples. This deduction is specifically targeted at seniors over the age of 65 and is designed to reduce the taxable income of Social Security recipients, thereby lowering their federal tax burden. But here's the catch. Not everyone gets the full benefit. To qualify for the complete deduction, recipients must have individual income under $75,000 or couple income under $150,000. If your income is above these thresholds, you may see reduced benefits or none at all. Now, let's talk about what this means in real dollars, because that's what actually matters to your monthly budget. According to multiple reports and expert analyses, the average Social Security recipient will save approximately $670 per year as a result of this deduction. Break that down monthly, and you're looking at about $55 per month for individuals and roughly $110 per month for couples. This is a meaningful boost for many people, but it's important to have realistic expectations. This isn't going to make anyone wealthy, and it won't solve all the financial challenges that seniors face. However, it does represent a tangible improvement in monthly cash flow for millions of Americans. Let's address some of the myths that are circulating. First, did the bill eliminate Social Security taxes? No, the bill did not eliminate federal taxes on Social Security benefits. Instead, it increased the standard deduction for seniors, which reduces the amount of Social Security income subject to taxation for most recipients. Second, is the 90% figure accurate? The claim that 9 out of 10 recipients will pay no taxes is an overstatement. The actual figure, based on current estimates, is closer to 88%. That's still a significant majority, but it's not quite the sweeping change implied by that viral email. Here's something important that many people are wondering about. Will there be more changes for seniors? At this time, there are no plans for a separate, seniors-only bill that would further enhance Social Security benefits or tax relief. While there is ongoing discussion about additional reforms, any future changes are likely to be part of broader, bipartisan legislation rather than targeted, standalone bills. This brings us to the political reality of why major changes are unlikely in the near future. Passing major tax reform is a complex, time-consuming process. Congress is known for its slow pace, and any significant changes require careful consideration, negotiation, and compromise between different political factions. Timing presents its own challenges. With the next midterm elections on the horizon, the political stakes are high. Lawmakers are wary of passing controversial or high-impact bills in an election year, as these can influence voter sentiment and outcomes. As a result, any further changes to Social Security taxation are unlikely to occur until after after the next election cycle. The most likely path forward for additional Social Security reforms is through bipartisan legislation. This would require cooperation between Republicans and Democrats, and any new measures would likely be attached to larger, more comprehensive bills rather than introduced as standalone initiatives. While this might seem frustrating, it's actually how most meaningful legislation gets passed in our system. You might be wondering why the government didn't just eliminate taxes entirely or raise the income threshold higher. Some economists argue that higher-income seniors are less likely to need the additional $55 per month, and that targeting relief to those with lower incomes is a more efficient use of resources. It's about getting the most impact for the investment. It's still early days for the new deduction, and its full impact won't be known until the IRS releases detailed data next year. Policymakers and analysts will be watching closely to see whether the changes achieve their intended goals and whether further adjustments are warranted. So what should you expect as a Social Security recipient? First, the immediate benefits. Most recipients will see an increase of about $55 per month or $670 per year, thanks to the enhanced deduction. The good news is that you don't need to take any action. The deduction will be applied automatically for those who qualify, based on your reported income. How do you know if you qualify? If you're over 65 and your income is below the specified thresholds, $75,000 for individuals, $150,000 for couples, you'll receive the full deduction. If your income is higher, your benefit may be reduced or eliminated entirely. When do these changes take effect? The new deduction applies to the current tax year. The impact will be reflected when you file your taxes next year. You won't need to file any special forms or jump through any hoops. It's automatic if you qualify. Could the deduction amount change in the future? It's possible. Lawmakers may adjust the deduction based on feedback and analysis of its effectiveness. Any changes would be announced in advance, so you won't be caught off guard. Looking ahead, there's potential for future changes, but they're likely to be incremental rather than sweeping. The effectiveness of the new deduction will be assessed over the coming year, and depending on the results, lawmakers may consider further adjustments. However, despite the hopes of many, there's no indication that a major overhaul of Social Security taxation is imminent. The political realities mean that continued advocacy by seniors and their allies will be essential to ensure that the needs of Social Security recipients remain a priority for policymakers. The recent changes highlight the power of collective action and the importance of staying connected with advocacy groups, community organizations, and trusted news sources. Here's the bottom line. The passage of this legislation represents a meaningful, if modest, improvement for millions of Social Security recipients. By increasing the standard deduction for seniors, the bill reduces the federal tax burden for the vast majority of recipients, putting an average of $55 more in their pockets each month. While the changes fall short of the sweeping reforms some had hoped for, they are a positive step. The process of evaluating and refining Social Security policy is ongoing, and future improvements are possible, though they're likely to be incremental and subject to the realities of the political process. For now, seniors can look forward to a little extra financial breathing room and can rest assured that their voices are being heard in the halls of power. As always, staying informed and engaged will be key to ensuring that Social Security remains strong and responsive to the needs of those who depend on it. Change in government policy is often slow and incremental, but every step forward matters. The enhanced deduction for Social Security recipients is a welcome improvement, and with continued vigilance and advocacy, further progress is possible. For now, recipients can take comfort in knowing that their concerns are being addressed, and that a little more money will be making its way into their pockets each month. Stay informed, stay engaged, and remember that while this isn't the complete elimination of Social Security taxes that some promised, it's a real improvement that will help millions of Americans keep more of their hard-earned money. And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to subscribe to Financial Area for more videos that cut through the confusion and give you the facts you need to make informed financial decisions. If you're one of the 70 million Americans receiving Social Security, you've probably heard the claim that 90% of recipients